Hello and welcome to this month's Class 37 Diaries for January 2026. You join me here overlooking the line in my back garden, and I'm here to introduce this month's diary. We've got quite a bit this month. We've got the return of the Aberystwyth logs, which I was really excited about. We've got various test train workings. We've got some RHTT wagon drags. We've got a bit of everything. So I'm going to hand over to me indoors to introduce the first pass.
Okay, let's get January started then with our first pairing, and it's 37610 and 37405, seen here at Westerfield, working the monthly PLPR test train that goes down that way. Cracking pairing these two, always 610 is always one of my favourites. I believe it's off lease now actually. I noticed just recently it's gone to workshop with 607, which we'll see later in the diary, so that'll be a shame if they've finished, but hopefully they'll be back soon. Some lovely noise in this pass. Cracking pairing, and yeah, a really great way to get January off and running. Amazing stuff. Right, let's move on to our next pass, and we're on the West Coast main line now, and it's a trio of tractors. So we start with 37884, 37501 and 37512. The three of them were seen here with a couple of barrier wagons, coaches even, and they were making their way down from Derby to Wimbledon. The two were going to take, I believe it was a 458 long mast for storage. And the other one was going to take a 455 up to Derby for brief storage before scrapping. Great pass this one, 884 doing all the work, but cracking to see these three. First time I'd seen 512 in its new livery, so I was impressed with that. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Awesome stuff. Well, there's another test train working next, and it's 37607. I mentioned it earlier because I believe it has come off lease again now. It's gone to workshop, so hopefully it's back soon on the test train circuit or doing something else with Harry Needle and Schwartzky, wherever it is you pronounce it, because I really do like this one. It's one of the better sounding ones. But anyway, here she is on a Derby to Derby test train, pulling out, making a load of noise. Yeah, always a delight to see this one. I do like the livery now, and when it first came out I wasn't sure about the orange, but yeah, it's definitely grown on me. Anyway, on with the pass. Okay, now we move back on to our next pass, and it's one of my favourite workings making a comeback, the Aberystwyth logs, and up for this one was 37,424 and 97,303. Obviously the 97 leads on the Cambrian because of the signalling, but it was great to see the 37 lead later on in the day. But I've picked a pass from on the Cambrian. We got 97,303 leading, cracking noise throughout. It's always a great chase to see this one. If you can do it, I thoroughly recommend it. I've done it a few times and it's a magnificent working, just standing there, 37's growling, the smell of freshly cut timber. It's hard to explain unless you're there, but if ever you get a chance to see this one while it's back, I don't know how long it's back for, but hopefully it's back for a bit. But yeah, if you get the chance to see it, I thoroughly recommend it. Cracking work in this one. Awesome stuff. What a brilliant working that is to see. Right, that moves us nicely onto our final pass for January's Class 37 Diaries, and that is 37175, seen here in the Brampton area. She was dragging some RHTT wagons from Carlisle down to York, I presume for cleaning up, maintenance, probably to pop into store, all ready for the RHTT season to recommence later this year. Great pass this one, 37 on full power, great driver on this one too. I love this loco, really always a good performer. Looks great now with the addition of those two snow ploughs on the front. So yeah, couldn't really ask for a better way to end the month. Cheers guys.
Well, there we have it. That's this month's Class 37 Diaries in the bag for January 2026. We're already into February at the time of recording. Where's that gone, eh? Highlights for me were definitely the return of the Aberystwyth logs with the 3797 combo. Always a winner, that one. And also 175 I enjoyed on that RHTT wagon move, taking them to York for a bit of TLC. That was also pretty good. Not to mention everything. Who doesn't love everything on the 37 Diaries, eh? Next month's diary for February, that will release on Friday the 6th of March. I do hope you can join me for that one. We should have quite a good one. I've got a bit of time off in late February, so I'm hoping to get about and get you some decent content. If you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe. Plenty of backlog, loads of stuff on there from all different parts of the railway. And we've got a Facebook page too, MCT Trains. Do check that out if you're on there. I won't take up any more of your time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.